Hello there, Auto Park of Rochester. This is Coach Stephanie with part 2 of your mystery shop. I submitted a request via the Auto Trader website on September 21st at 4:34 p.m. I received an email from Josh at on the 21st as well at 6:46 p.m. Josh, be sure that we are emailing the customer within less than 15 minutes. Then we want to be sure we also call the customer within less than 15 minutes, and I actually never received a phone call from your dealership. And this is actually, I pulled this up here where you can see where I did test the line for the number that we used. Um, and so the line clearly worked. 574-216-4886 is the line that I used. And as you can see, if you scroll through here, the abbreviation here we're looking for is APR. There's never another phone call to that line. So we want to be sure that we are calling the customer within less than 15 minutes of receiving the lead. Then once you get the customer on the phone, grab control of the call and use the script so you can schedule an appointment and get them to your dealership. You said you were going to get my information over to Stephen, but Stephen did not follow through and he never actually called. So it's very important that we call the customer, because keep in mind, most customers, once they start shopping online, they're going to purchase usually within 72 hours. I kept that line open well over an hour and never received a phone call. So taking a look at the email that you did send, the email did come to my inbox. It was almost an hour and a half later, so we really want to be sure we're getting in touch with the customer within about 15 minutes. The email did go into my inbox. However, the subject line is not clear who it's from, and there's actually a spelling error actually in our subject line there. And we want to be sure that we're proofreading our emails before we send them out so that there's no spelling or grammatical errors in the body of the email as well as in the subject or the signature file, okay? And we also want to be sure that the email states who the email is from, so you can say, your 2006 Pontiac G6 is available at Auto Park of Rochester. But we want to be sure that we are getting the customer information that will allow them to know who it's from, so they'll open the email. You want to be sure that you not only address the specific vehicle, but that you give them some type of some type of positive words or industry information about that vehicle, so that you are validating the customer's decision of vehicle. You also want to address availability and let them know whether or not whether the vehicle is available at the moment that they inquired on it. You did have links in your email back to your website, so I was able to look at additional vehicles or additional price quotes on other vehicles, so that was really good. But I had asked a question in that lead submission about the vehicle, wanting to know if it had been smoked in. So if there is a question in the lead submission, be sure you address that in that first email that you send out to the customer. Keep in mind, this is your very first communication with the customer, so you want to put your best foot forward and make a great first impression, because you only get one chance to make that great first impression. I did give you credit here for letting me know that someone was going to follow up with me, because you let me know that you had passed it off to Stephen. However, you want to be very clear in letting the customer know that that person is going to call them. There's no definite, information here that Stephen was going to call me. Stephen sent me an email, but Stephen never called me. So it's very important that you do let the customer know that that person is going to call, so that you set that expectation when you're sending the email out ahead of time. Also, you want to be sure that your email has a complete signature file with a link to your website and a link to your email address. There's a link here for the website, but not for your email address. And you want the customer to feel that it's easy to email you back and to have that information, okay? Aside from that, like I said, the biggest thing is timing and making sure that you're getting the information to the customer within less than 15 minutes. I did grade the email that you sent me, not the one that Stephen sent me, and you actually are getting credit for this shop because of the fact that you were the first person to send out a personalized email. Stephen sent me one, but it was the next day. And it would have really caused your score to be much worse if I had graded that one. So, I want you to be sure that you are telling your team, hey, we've got to call the customer within less than 15 minutes. And once we get off the phone with them, then you want to send them a personalized email. Thank them for their time on the phone. Confirm next steps, whatever you agreed to in the phone conversation, whether it's an appointment or a phone follow-up. But they should be getting a phone follow-up at the very least, because we never want to depend on the customer to call us back. Get them a value statement about your dealership to make your dealership stand apart from the competition, because if they're shopping online, they're probably looking at multiple dealers, and you want to make yours stand apart from the rest. Be sure that they have a complete signature file with a link to their website as well as a link to their email. In Stephen's signature file, there's actually neither. There's no link to the website and there's no link to his email. Also, we want to be sure that we are giving them information, like I said, that really makes your dealership stand apart and that's really going to make them feel that there's a reason they want to visit your dealership as opposed to any other one. So I am letting you know Stephen did email me. He did not call, and I did grade yours because it gave us the better score. So keep up the hard work and keep practicing. Your secret code for today is timing, because remember, it's all about timing. We want to get the customer on the phone as quickly as possible so that we can get them to your dealership as opposed to the competition. Have a great day.